everyone! Today I thought we would go through a mystery box of rocks from Idaho. As some of you may know, by day I am a professor. I don't teach about rocks, but they occasionally come up in conversation. One of my wonderful former students sent me a big old box of rocks from her trip to Idaho that she picked out as she was doing her travels. So I thought we would go through them, see if we have anything cool, and see if we can make anything out of one of them on the cab machine. Come along. Big shout out to Ashley for sending me this big old box of rocks. I'm sure that shipping wasn't cheap from Idaho. So let's take a look at what we got. See if we can do some justice by these. Okay, the first one that really stands out to me is right here. And I will say up front, as many of you know, I'm in East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia area. I'm not as familiar with Idaho rocks, but this really stripy one, it's got a bit of a natural shine to it. It looks to me, as do some of these other ones, they appear to me to be some sort of slate, possibly. They've got a lot of natural shine. This one actually has a bit of a green tint, which is interesting. Oh, look. It's got some dendrites right there as well. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay. Now this is an interesting one. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get these wet. But this one has quite a bit of green in it. Not all through it, so it's sort of a creamy, and it's pretty waxy feeling. We've got gray there, but all through here, we've got some bits of green, which is really interesting. I know that there is some jade in that area. I'm not going to go as far to say it's that. It could be. Not gem quality, obviously, but if we cabbed this piece, that could be pretty cool. And it could bring out those colors more as we shine it up. So I think this one's got a lot of potential. It could be serpentine. It could be greenstone in it, just mixed in. This looks like a couple different minerals in this stone. That's why we're getting a lot of these variations of wear. So it could be difficult to cab, but we'll give it a shot. It's interesting, the more I'm looking at a lot of these stones, these stripes in particular, at first look, I thought they were more gray, but they actually have a green tinge to them as well. This one's green. This one leans a little greenish. Several of these lean a little bit green. We have some, quartz, beautiful. This one's interesting. Now, if you are more familiar with Idaho rocks, please go down to my comments and let me know what I'm dealing with here, especially right here. I'm totally lost on this one. But what do you think about this one in particular? These green parts, do you see rocks like this in this area a lot? It's a bit waxy. It doesn't feel heavier than I would think. Maybe we'll do a scratch test. We're definitely going to cab it, so that should give us some information too. I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully this is showing up on camera, but getting this wet really picked up on the green, which is giving me a lot of hope. There's also some cool little ones, like stripy ones. I might throw this one in the tumbler. It's a little too small for me to want to mess with on the cab machine, but I think that could turn out really cool tumbled. That one really completely transformed when I got that wet. That's really interesting. The green is really picking up here. I'll have to cut this one because it's quite big. I think we'll save that for another day, but I'm really excited for this one. If you know what these green bits are, if you know what's going on here, let me know. I'm feeling good about that being green slate. Ashley, thank you so much. These are some awesome Idaho rocks. And that was a part of my cabbing process. Cabbing is where you sort of turn a rock into a cabochon. So almost like jewelry or some sort of decorative rock, quicker than rock tumbling, and you have more control over the shape of the stone. It's really interesting, this rock, as it went through the cabochon machine, just as I sort of suspected and I mentioned ahead of time, some parts were wearing down faster than others. I left this side raw so that we could sort of compare them. You can see a lot of the green on this side, and it turned out very dark green, but we still have a lot of the dark green veining. I'm still unsure. It looks like to have some sparkle. I'm not sure if it's jade, if it's serpentine, is it something else? My Idaho rock experts, let me know. It turned out really pretty. Other than these little imperfections, it wouldn't be the most sturdy type of jewelry, but it would make a very pretty rock to sit on a desk, which is probably what it will do. You can see around the edges, we have a lot more of this darker green veining, which almost looked black when it was raw. You can see here, the green sparkles here, and it's still sparkling when it's shiny, especially here. I'm pretty happy with it turned out, despite the way it turned out despite the imperfections. Ashley, thank you again for sending me all these rocks. Guys, thanks for going through this Idaho rock mystery box with me, and I look forward to messing with a lot more of these rocks pretty soon. See you next time.